Okay, dear students, welcome to this sixth session on the topic of projectiles. So in this session, I would like to solve problems on, or I would like to analyze the formulas which we have learned in the last session. I hope students, you have learned the formulas. You should by heart those formulas. It should be on your fingertips. What is the expression for time of flight? What is the expression for maximum height? What is the expression for range? Okay, so these three formulas are very, very important. So first let us write down formulas once again, okay, and then afterwards we'll go to the problems. Okay, students. Okay. So first formula is what is the time of flight, students? T is equal to 2u sine theta by g, or we can also write down as 2 times of uy by g, where time of flight depends entirely on y component of initial velocity. Okay. Second one, what is the maximum height? Maximum height is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g, or we can also write down as uy square by 2g. Okay, and then of course we have third formula, that is equal to range. What is the formula for range, students? U square sine 2 theta by g, or 2 times of ux into uy by g. Okay, so these are the formulas we have learned. And also regarding range, we have seen 2 points. One point is range is maximum when theta is equal to 45. And second one, range will be same for two angles. For two angles. What are they? Complementary angles. Okay, students. So this is what we have learnt in the last class. Okay. So I hope you have by hearted these formulas. Okay. So now I'll ask you one question, students. Okay, so just think about it and tell. Okay, now suppose, let us say, for example students, this is x-axis and let us say this is y-axis, and I projected a ball with some initial velocity u equal to 5 meters per second, which I kept it constant. Okay, and then theta is some theta is there. This theta is varying. Okay, students, this theta I am varying. Okay, initially maybe 30, 45, then 60, then like this I am varying. Okay, 30, 45, 60. Okay, and then of course you can write 90 also. Okay, now as theta is varying like this, okay, students, 30, 45, I am increasing this angle. Okay, so what will happen to range? What will happen to range? Okay, so previously we have in the formula what you called this time of flight and h max, we have only sine theta. But here in this formula, sine 2 theta means 2 sine theta into cos theta, no, students. Okay, so that means r is dependent on sine theta as well as cos theta. So now how to tell? Okay, students. So this is very important. Instead of this one, we can take a sine function. Correct or not, students? Okay. So now, as we already discussed, okay, so how to analyze this one is, here we discussed that in the last session, the range will be maximum when theta is 45. So that means as we are going from, suppose let's say theta equal to 30 to 45 to 60. Okay, student, 30 to 45, or let us say we also start from 0, let us say 0 or somewhere here. What you called maybe something 0. Okay, so this is the theta. Now let us say r. So now as we are going from 0 to 45, the range will increase. And then at this point the range will become maximum. Then afterwards, during this interval, what will happen is the range will decrease. You can also verify because it is dependent on this one, sine 2 theta. Okay, students. So please remember. So as the theta is varied, keeping u as constant, from 0 to 45, the range will increase, and exactly at 45, the range will become maximum, and then afterwards the range will decrease. Okay, which is quite opposite to time of flight and h max. Suppose let's say if you are asked to find out time of flight and h max, okay, students, then it is different. Correct or not? Okay, so that I'll tell in the next slide. Okay, suppose let us say, for example, let us take one simple example, okay, where all three quantities will take. Okay, Suppose let us say this is x-axis and this is y-axis. I projected a ball with some velocity u equal to 5 meters per second, which I kept as constant, and this theta is a variable. Okay students, theta is the variable. Okay, so let us say I am varying the theta from, let us say, from 15 degrees, next 30 degrees, then 45 degrees, then 60 degrees, and then let's say 75 degrees. So I am varying the theta like this. Okay, now tell me time of flight. How does the time of flight and how does the H max and how does the range will vary? Okay, as you are going like this. Now all three quantities. Okay, in the last problem I told only range. Okay, so now let us see first, as time is increasing, correct or not students, as time is increasing, what is happening? Sorry, as theta is increasing, what will happen to time of flight? We have the formulas. Time of flight t equal to 2u sin theta by g. So that means t is proportional to sin theta. So that means as you are going from here to here, as you are going from this one here to here, the time of flight will increase. So that means maximum time will be for 75 degrees, minimum time will be for 15 degrees. Okay, in minimum time 15 degrees, that means when you project the ball with 15 degrees, it will take less time. Okay, in less time it will fall on the ground. Okay, and when you project it with 75 degrees, it will take more time. Now regarding maximum height, now maximum height also you have formula. What is the maximum height? U square sin square theta by 2g. So here also u is constant, 2g constant, theta. So as theta increases, H max also will increase. So that means so as you are going like this, H max also will increase, where it is maximum for 75 degrees, minimum for 15 degrees. Okay. Now next one is what students? Range. Okay. So range formula is what? U square sin 2 theta by g. Correct or not? So u square sin 2 theta by g, or 2u sin theta cos theta by g. So I told you before slide students, very important. Range is very special. Okay. As you are going from 15 to 45, during this range will increase, and then exactly at this point range will become maximum, and then during this region the range will decrease. Please remember. So that means the maximum will happen at 45 degrees and afterwards range will start decreasing. Okay, and regarding range, we also have two more one more point also. Range is same for complementary angles, no students. So that means here if you see carefully, for 30 degrees and 60 degrees, for 30 and 60 R will be same. Why? Because some of these two will be complementary. Okay, like that there is one more. What is that students? 15 degrees and 75 degrees. 75 plus 15 degrees. What will happen students? 90 degrees. So therefore for these two angles also range is same. This point also is very important. Correct or not students? So I hope you are clear. As the theta is increased, keeping u constant, time of flight will increase, H max also will increase, but range will increase up to 45 degrees and then starts decreasing, and range is same for 15 degrees and 75 degrees and 30 degrees and 70 degrees, because these two are complementary angles. Okay students, so I hope you are clear with this one. Okay, now I'll give one more question if you understood this one. Okay, let us solve this question. They have given diagram students. Let us see. Let us say this is the diagram given. Okay. This is one projectile, and this is one more projectile, and this is one more projectile. Okay, they gave like this. Okay, so this is projected at 30 degrees. Okay, students. This is projected at 30 degrees. This is projected at 45 degrees. This is projected at 60 degrees. Okay, students. Now, this is projected at 60 degrees. Now, from this, what you can infer, students? From this, what you can infer? Okay. Now, from this, you can definitely say that range is same for which angles? 30 and 60. Correct or not? So, range is same for 30 and same for 30 degrees and 60 degrees. And range is maximum for 45 degrees. Correct or not? So, from the diagram, we can tell clearly that. Or otherwise, if they don't give what you call angles, suppose let's say if they don't give angles. Suppose let's say if they don't give angles, then also we can tell that out of the given what you call projectiles, this projectile has got what you call maximum range. So therefore this one must be projected at an angle of 45 degrees. And these two projectiles have same range. Range is same. So that means they must be complementary angles. That means either 30, 60 or 15, 75 like that. Okay, students. I hope you are clear. So sometimes they'll also give in terms of what you call diagrams. Okay. So let us solve one diagram question, students. Okay, which is very, very important. Okay. Let us see. From the diagram you should tell. That's why I told you before problem. Now I am giving one diagram problem. Okay, students. Now there are two projectiles, three projectiles. This is one. This is another one, and then third one. Okay, so total three projectiles are given. Three projectiles are given. Okay, now the question that they are asking is, okay, first one is compare Uy for the three projectiles. Second one is compare the time of flight. Third one is compare the x component of initial velocity. These three projectiles. Okay, this is written as 1, this is written as 2, as 3. Okay, students. So compare Uy, compare time of flight, and compare x component of initial velocity. Okay, so this is the question. So as I told you, sometimes they'll give what you call like this diagrams, and then we need to analyze. Okay, so just by seeing the question, now we should tell. Okay, so how to tell, students? How to tell this one? So first one, let us see. Okay, Uy. Okay, or otherwise, now just by seeing this one, you can say that for the first projectile and the second projectile, the maximum heights are same. The maximum heights are same for first projectile and second projectile. So that means I can write that the maximum height for first projectile is equal to the maximum height for the second projectile, which is greater than the maximum height for the third projectile. I can write this relation just by seeing the diagram. Okay. Now I know that H max is dependent on Uy, because we wrote this equation in the beginning. H max is dependent on what, students? Is dependent on Uy only. Of course Uy square, but it depends on initial velocity. That means y component of initial velocity, H max. So that means we can directly write from this Uy square or Uy directly. Uy square, anyway afterwards you can remove squares also. So directly, so therefore I am finally writing Uy. So that means the initial velocity of the y component of initial velocity of first one must be same as the y component of initial velocity of second one, must be greater than the y component of initial velocity of third one. So like this we can always write. So this is the comparison. So which component, so which y component of initial velocity is more, students? 1 and 2 are same and those are greater than third one. Okay. Next, second one, compare time of flight. So here time of flight also, please remember students, for time of flight and H max you don't have to worry, because both of them will depend on Uy only. So now anyway we got Uy relation, just now we got, and time of flight is directly dependent on Uy, so that means time of flight of 1 must be equal to time of flight of 2 must be greater than time of flight of 3. Directly we can write. Correct or not, students? Okay. Because time of flight is dependent on Uy only, na? Uy we got already relation. Uy and Hmax we obtained from the diagram. Seeing the diagram we told. And Hmax is directly proportional to Uy. So we can write in place of Hmax Uy. And once you get Uy, you can also write T, time of flight. Now next part is what? Very difficult one, which is an interesting one. Let us see. Compare Ux. Now we have to compare with Ux. Okay, students. So this is very, very important, students. I'll draw it in the next page. Okay. Compare Ux. Okay. One is this one. Another one is this one. Both X. This one. And then this is this one. Okay. Anyway. Now we have to compare the what you call Ux. Now we have to compare the Ux. Okay. So for getting Ux it is very difficult, students, but still we can get it. Now let us see how to get that one. Okay. So first what you have to do is, now this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Okay. Now between 1 and 2, first let us see, compare. Between 1 and 2, between first projectile and second projectile, whose range is more, students? Second one. So that means range is increasing, correct or not? Range is increasing, or R2 is greater than R1 basically. R2 is greater than R1 because in the diagram it is given. Okay. So that means now we have original formula for range. What is the original formula for range, students? 2 times of Ux into Uy by G. Correct or not? Okay. This formula we already discussed, we already wrote in the beginning. 2 times of Ux into Uy into Ug. I'll use this formula because we have to compare Ux. No? Okay. Now between 1 and 2, okay, students, okay, range is more for this one. For which one? For the second one. Now that means range is more. Range is more for the second one. Now regarding Uy component, both are having same. Both are having same. Uy for 1 and Uy for 2 is Uy is same. This one is same. So therefore right now we don't discuss this one. Okay. Uy is same for both. But now range 2 is more means, this is more means, that means Ux is also more. Correct or not, students? Ux is more. For which one? Range 2 is more. So that means I can write that Ux for 2 is greater than Ux for 1. Correct or not? Why? Because the range of 2 is more. Na? So this is more means this also must be more. So that means, or I can write as Ux of 1 is less than Ux of 2. Okay, because 1, 2 will write like this. Okay, this point is clear. Okay, now third one, this is very difficult, students. So Ux for, okay, so now let us compare 2 and 3. Now let us compare 2 and 3, students. Comparing 2 and 3. 1 and 2 we have compared. Now comparing 2 and 3. Okay. Now comparing 2 and 3, range is more for which one, students? 3 only. Range is more for 3 only from the diagram, is more for 3. Correct or not? Range is more for 3. Correct or not? Now we know what is the formula. R is equal to 2 times of Ux into Uy by G. Okay. Now range is more for 3 means R3 is more than R2. Okay. So R3 is more than R2. Now r is there. Okay, now what about this x component and y component? Correct. Now as far as y component, we have the relation which one? Y component of 2 is greater than y component of 3. Already we have y component of 2 is greater than y component of 2 is greater than y component of 3. Now please remember students, so that means y component of 2 is more than y component of 3. Okay, or in other words, y component of 3 is less than y component of 2. Correct or not? Okay, we can also write like this. Okay, so now see here students, so range is what you call range for 3 is more. Correct or not? More than range for 2. So that means as you are going from 2 to 3, from second projectile to third projectile, the range is increasing. Correct or not? Range is increasing. 2 to 3. From 2 to 3, range is increasing. And also, okay, otherwise we'll keep it this one. Okay. 2 to 3. Now range is increasing from the diagram. From the diagram, range is increasing. And also from the previous relation we got, uy is also increasing. Correct or not, students? Uy is also, uy of 2 is greater than uy of 3. Correct or not? That means uy of 3 is less. As you are going from 2 to 3, okay, the y component of that one is what you call decreasing. So y component is decreasing means x component should increase. Once again I am telling, please hear attentively students. Now between 2 and 3 we are comparing. So just by seeing the diagram we can say that range is more for what you call 3 than 2. Range is as you are going from 2 to 3, okay, as you are going from second projectile to third projectile, as you are going like this, that means range is increasing. Now we already have the relation uy of 2 is greater than uy of 3. Okay, that means the y component of this one is more than uy of 3. Correct or not? Already this is more. Correct or not? Okay, so if this is more, then what should happen, students? Ux, now this is also increasing, no? So then this also should increase, so that the final range should increase. So that means ux of 3 will be more than ux of 2. So ux of 3 will be more than ux of 2. Please what do you call, you have to pay attention, students, for this range. Okay, the x component, that actually here y uy of 2 is greater than of uy of 3. Okay, this y, the y component for the second projectile is more than the y component of the third projectile. Now but the range should increase now as you are going. So that means range should increase means this component uy relation we already have, ux should increase or decrease. If it decreases, range will decrease now, because this component when you multiply it will decrease because it is numerator. So that means if it has to increase, the ux component should increase. So that means ux of 3 is greater than ux2, or we can also write down as ux of 2 is less than ux of 3. Okay, so now if you want to write fully, now ux of 1 is less than ux of 2 is less than ux of 3. Okay, students, so this is the correct relation. Okay, so please remember, students, this one always what you call, just you have to what you call mathematically analyze. Here uy of 2 is greater than uy of 3, or otherwise you can also understand it as u3 is less but range is more. Correct or not? So that means ux should be more, so that range will increase. In that way also you can think. Okay, so like this we can calculate or we can analyze, okay, these problems. Okay, students, next one, another question here. Find theta if h max is equal to 2 times of r. H max is equal to 2 times of r, where there is a projectile motion here. Okay, the body is projected with some u at an angle theta. Now it will have projectile motion like this. Now in this projectile motion they told that the h max is equal to 2 times of range. Then what is theta they are asking. Okay, so here directly we can always substitute the formulas. Okay, we have the formulas. Okay, students, So H max is equal to 2 times of R. What is the H max formula, students? U square sine square theta by 2g is equal to 2 times of range U square sine 2 theta by g. Please remember, students. Okay. Now g will get cancelled. U square also will get cancelled. Now sine square theta by 4 is equal to sine 2 theta means I can write as 2 sine theta into cos theta. Now 1 sine theta will get cancelled. So sine theta by cos theta will be tan theta is equal to 8, or theta is equal to tan inverse 8. Okay, students. So this one, like this we have to do. Okay. Or let's say one more problem. Okay. If a projectile, next problem, if a projectile takes 3 seconds to reach to maximum height, find the maximum height. Okay, students. If a projectile takes 3 seconds to reach the maximum height, find the maximum height. Like for example, suppose let us say this one is going like this. Okay. Let us say this is the initial velocity, say u theta. Now from, let us say this is O, and let us say this is A. At O, time t equal to 0, by the time it reaches A, time t equal to 3 seconds. Okay. Then in that case, what is the maximum height they are asking? This maximum height is how much? That is what they are asking. Okay. So now here what we can do is, we know the formulas, correct or not, students? We know the formulas. What are the formulas? Because time is mentioned, so I am writing time of flight. Time is equal to 2u sine theta by g, correct or not? So now for the, here also same thing. This is called as what you call time of ascent. This is called as time of descent. So by the time it reaches ground, the time will be 6 seconds. Just remember that one. Okay, students, what you call gravity. Okay, motion under gravity. So that means total time of flight is 6 seconds. Okay. So total time of flight is 6 seconds means from here we can write as u sine theta is equal to 6g by 2. Okay. So keep it like this. Now we want H max. What is the formula? U square sine square theta by 2g. So u sine theta is anyway 6g by 2 whole, or 3g. Let us say this is equal to 3g. So 3g whole square divided by 2g. So that is equal to 9g square by 2g. 1g will get cancelled. So 4.5, what you called 4.5 g, or 45. We can write down as g is for 10. So 45 meters. H max is 45. So like this we can always apply this what you call equations of motion. Okay, students. Equations that expressions for time of flight, maximum height and range. Okay, students. So solving the problems using these equations is very easy only. Of course you should know what are the terms in these expressions and all, but analyzing part, careful, especially range part. Okay, students. I hope you are clear with this one. Second part, okay, that is comparing the UX. Whenever range comes, you should always be very careful. Okay, so please go through this one, students. Again I am telling, as you are 2 to 3, okay, as you are going from 2 to 3, we already know uy of 2 is greater than uy of 3. Okay, that means this uy is more for 2 and less for 3. uy is more for 2 and less for 3, but range is more for 3 and less for 2. So that means opposite, no? So that means ux should increase. So like that you should analyze. Okay, students. So anyway, so in the next session I'll take some more problems on this one. Okay, for today you can just take the homework as what do you call, homework. I think I already gave you what you call work session, students. Okay.